All right, this is episode 23, and I feel good that we may be able to wrangle this thing into some semblance of done at this particular episode. So it's been a few that been working here on this concept of getting repos for the user, which has involved not just this implementation, but also figuring out what the GitHub API gives you back for a repo and sort of stumbling my way through that. I still very much want to figure out a way that I don't have to try and get an exception. So I am going to take another crack back at this again and see, maybe set a time box of a few minutes on this. But JArray parse no exception. I'm trying to figure out the right Google terms. JArray. If you have an array, you can directly parse with... You have many ways to parse your JSON. Dynamic. Deserialize. Okay. Parser parse. What? Oh, that's... JSON.net for dynamic JSON parsing. So I could turn the thing into a dynamic. That's interesting. Maybe I'll play with that later, but that's not really my goal. As JArray. Keep forgetting the name of this thing, so... JSON.net, see if JSON is array. Yeah, I'm gonna upvote this right off the top. JToken.parse. Okay, so it's not pretty, but I can, if token is array. So here's what I can do, I think, and let's see if this preserves everything working. So this is going to be what? A string. And I can say, what was this? I don't know if that font is good for you or not. It's good for me, but you'll see what I'm doing here. Token equals jtoken.parse. Var JSON result equals jtoken.parse JSON from Inquisitor. All right, nothing's breaking there. Now, if this is going to essentially replace the try catch, I believe. Oops, no, I still want that. And I see, I was tricking myself. What I need is this. No. This. And I don't need that. Okay. So I probably can just... I wonder if this will work. Hang on. Get my indentation right here. I wonder if I don't need this call, if I can just say JArray. No, Oh, do I still need to do this? Well, okay. Okay. This is still like more control flow stuff than I would like. I wonder if I just extracted this. So I'm going to return a list of repositories using the string from the Inquisitor and... no, I don't like that. Put it back. I'd really try to minimize the number of arguments I have. So if I do this, now I only need one argument. And I'm saying I want to build repo list from JSON. Okay, now I'm starting to feel better about things here. And I think I'm even good with inlining this. Now I'm pretty positive on all this, so I'm going to add... I'm going to add an end-to-end test in here. I have repo search. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. There's like these concepts of tables in the acceptance test. Let me bring this up, see if it jogs anything loose. I'm going to look at my chest TDD thing and see if this seems to make sense to me. Chest TDD. See this. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't have column headers for... let me go back and say, and there should be... maybe I'll say a repo should have the following properties, and name, I'm going to call it name, URL, and language. Oh wait, no, this time I want to do... Don't care about this. Why is there a red... Oh, because the acceptance test I just wrote. Okay, so if I get out of here... So I'm going to write a test I expect to go green just because I want to express this. And I'll also use this as the basis for an end-to-end test. But... So the language should be JavaScript. Let me go in order here. So the name should be this. The URL should be this. And the language should be this. It's kind of cool how it does that indentation. Now let's generate the step definition for that. Let's see what on earth happens. So repo search steps. Uh-oh. Visual Studio is not happy. Hey. Interesting. Now I'm going to see if I can figure out spec flow table example. Name will equal table.create set. What? I think this is an extension. More spec flow tips. Let's see this. I really am very like, I always want to see examples for each table, for each row in table.rows. Okay, so I'm going to get, this is your column name. That's how it's indexed. So for each row in table.rows, well, actually, there's only going to be one row. Name. Then I should, okay. Getting carried away here. Var repos equal, let me say first repo equals get from context I list repository. Yeah, or that. I get a little too fast and loose with IntelliSense. No? Come on, really? I gotta figure out what it is that just like eats the last bit of text that I typed. Because that just drives me nuts. Come on, Visual Studio, don't die on me. Oh, that's not promising. Ha, there we go, we're back. Not quite back. Now let's see how ugly this winds up looking. Interesting. Oh, right. Because I'm a programmer and I've done this before. How did you just eat that? What are you doing? Is numlock off? Oh, numlock was off. Ah, excellent. We want to say that the table... Let's make this a little less ugly. I'll just say row. I normally don't like multiple asserts per method, but it seems appropriate here. URL equals first repo dot. I guess I could get really cute and do some kind of reflection thing to map these column names to the properties, but wait, why am I doing this? R equal first repo. And let me refactor this to work here. String. And finally, all right, now I like the way this looks. And first repo, whatever. No, I should really rename that. First repo should have the following properties. First repo should have the following. Okay. Now, in end-to-end tests, do I want to have the same? Interesting. I would like to test this end-to-end, so let me add. Now it's going to be mostly the same. No, I want to do. There we go. Repo search. And I think it's going to be close enough here that I might just copy this. And generate step definitions. So the difference here is going to be in the step definitions. What? Oh, I think it's like stuck. Okay. Now, let me close everything but this. Then I'm going to open the acceptance test steps. And I'm going also to open the end-to-end location search steps. When I supply a location, okay, so I'm just going to build a profile searcher with a GitHub Inquisitor. And what I'm going to expect here as I get towards the end is that this is likely to fail. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So when I do a repo search, I'm doing all of this, but I want to say set in context and using static hacker finder.acceptance. No? I'm doing similar things in a bunch of projects, so sometimes I'll think I've done something when I actually haven't. Acceptance. Can I not do this anywhere? Repo search steps. Come on. Context repository. That's what it's called. I knew I wasn't crazy. So set in context. Now, what was I doing in this other class? This is reasonable enough. But I am going to say instead get from context. Then I should have repository. What? Where are you? Oh, I guess I closed it. Okay. So, first of all, string GitHub user ID. I really shouldn't copy and paste. Get repos for user. And then we're going to set in context not profiles, but repos. Okay, that didn't work. No. Ah, boy. Then I should have int repo count. And I'm going to say assert.r equal. So I'm done copying and pasting. That is not going well for me. Repo count is my expected. The actual is going to be returned profiles.count. And return profiles should actually be called returned repos. So you copy and paste to save yourself time. And like I really always preach that I don't do that. That's not me. And then the one time I do it anyway, it just doesn't work. Everything goes wrong. Okay, so that said, I'm probably going to do a similar kind of thing to what I was doing here, which is to copy and paste. What does that look like? Except this time it's actually like literally identical. What do you mean build canceled? Uncancel it. Okay. Clean canceled. There are no errors. Does ncrunch work? All right, well, that's not auspicious. Let me try reloading Visual Studio. And I know we were running short on time here. I was trying to get to a nice stopping point. Let's see if we could run those acceptance tests and call it a wrap. Okay, anytime now. All right, rebuild all succeeded. That's much better than canceled. So I don't get that many end-to-ends, so this is probably just going to do one query. Come on. Of course not. Oh, right, not implemented exception. That's because the one thing that isn't covered by tests is get repo search results, not implemented. This needs to be refactored too, which I will do here. Var task equals get async, and what is the actual API query for GitHub API repo? List user repositories is okay, so we did get api.github repos. So basically, we're going to take this. Oh, I wonder if I can use string interpolation now and say except. We're going to call no. got to fix the name here at some point, but this is going to be repo ID. What is the problem here? IntelliSense just hasn't caught up. Call it GitHub user ID. And we're going to say and finally return result.content.read is string async. I messed that up before. The name repo ID. Ah, right. So you didn't actually manage to. All right. Let's go back and hopefully I only ate up one. One API call. I'm going to open this. Sorry, this is a particular. I am over a Pomodoro, but I am so close. No, what now? The given key was not present. In the dictionary. Interesting. Huh. Now I am curious. Let's see what happens. Unless I've gone over my limit here. Get from context. Ah. What stupid thing am I doing? I bet it's a copy and paste thing. Yep. That is the way of it. Every time I preach against copy and paste over and over, and the one time I do it, it burns me again, reminding me. Awesome. There we go. So let's run these guys too. Awesome. Get repos for user. Change the name of it, but we are way over time. My apologies for that. I've been mostly good about 20 to 25 minutes. This is 28 and counting. So, implemented repo search by user. Call that done. And finally over to Trello to celebrate. And that's it. I will see you next time where I will try to be a little more under control time-wise.